Yo. Chat. Hold up, chat. I got yo. Chat. Hold up, chat. I got yo. Chat. There we go. All right, so yeah, chat. Hold on a second. I gotta fix a couple things right quick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Yup. Let me see. Oh man. Oh man, what's good with y'all, chat? I apologize for the interruption, but I gotta do this, you know? I gotta make sure everything's straight. I gotta make sure everything's straight, everything copacetic, you know what I'm saying? Whole lot of that. Gotta make sure that all of that is good. Yeah, now we good. We chilling. Put this over here. Just make sure I could like see what y'all got to say. What's good with y'all boys, bro? What's good with y'all? Yeah. Keep that right there. All right, bet. So look, let me tell you what the plan is for today, chat. Let me tell you what the plan is. All right. We finna get right into one of these here videos. And on top of that, scratching my back, bro. Yeah, on top of that, then we're gonna start looking at a couple of these streaming university clips, man. I waited for all the streaming university to actually get done before I even like got into really reacting to any clips at all. Cause I was like, man, it's just gonna take too long if I try to do that. Y'all gotta remember, I'll be up there like still putting out TikToks and I'm still putting stuff out over on YouTube, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But look, let's get into this. So the first thing we got on the agenda for today, right? We got take this over here. All right, first thing we got on the agenda for today, right? We looking at Anthony Edwards isn't ready to lead a championship team. Listen, I'm down here in Florida, y'all, and it is hot than a bitch, and I hate it. I genuinely hate how hot it is right now. But let's get right into it.
Okay, we have to talk about Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards. Now, normally, I wait until the series is over before I actually give my breakdown and synopsis of what occurred throughout the series because in these playoffs, anything can happen.
Literally.
However, in this in particular series against the Timberwolves and the Thunder, it seems as if like there has been a pretty consistent and definitive theme that has gone on throughout the first 4 games, and I just can't continue to ignore and overlook it, and we have to talk about it. So, Game 4, Minnesota OKC, and this was certainly going to be a very interesting outing for this series, not only because the determination of this game was going to really outline how long the series is going to be, either ending in 5 or 7 games, but more importantly, there was a lot of information that was gathered within the first 3 games that left a lot of people wondering what exactly we were going to see in Game 4.
He's not lying, and I can tell you right now, the biggest piece of information that I gathered is that you can't really gather no type of information about this series, yo. You can't. I mean, I understood when that one game happened, right? When they actually won that one game, I did understand. All right, they shots just falling, and they managed to somehow not foul SGA anywhere near as much. And I was like, all right, that's going to make sure that they actually like have like a pretty good chance of actually winning the game. I did not think they was going to bust their ass at all. I didn't think it was going to be like that, but still.
The first 2 games, we saw a lot of dominant play from the Thunder, in large part because of what they were able to produce offensively, which was spearheaded by Shea, but also due to the inconsistent showings. Matter of fact, not even inconsistent. None of the role players from Minnesota really showed up in the first 2 games, and I think that had a lot to do with the lack of scoring from a Wolves team that certainly could have done better. Game 3, Minnesota responded with a much more physical tone, which was certainly welcome. I never agree with this idea that Minnesota card to play after the first two losses was complaining about the level of physicality from OKC and the inconsistent reffing, because truth be told, Minnesota, in my opinion, is at their best when they also play physical as well.
I
So
agree with
meeting that physicality early on really resulted in not only easy points in transition, but also something that OKC, it took them a little bit too long to address early on in that game, and they end up getting blown out. Which then brings us to game 4, and because of the outcome of game 3, I thought there was going to be a consistent pattern from game 3 over to game 4.
That's what
in
I thought.
hopes that Minnesota was going to be competitive and potentially pull off the win and tie the series 2-2. And to be fair to most of the players out there that play for the Wolves, in all honesty, a lot of that did happen. It's the reason why they scored 126 points against this Thunder's defense. It's the reason why they ended up recording more rebounds, assists, shot better from the field, the free throw line, scored more points in transition and in the paint. You would assume that this was a game that they were going to win, but no, they end up losing to the Thunder 128-126. And what makes it even harder to fathom this loss is that the way they got to 126 isn't because of the rest two players, it's because of the supporting cast members that were inconsistent in the first two games. Jaden McDaniels scores 22 points, records 4 rebounds, 4 steals, and shoots 60% from the field and 50% from behind the arc. Coming off of the bench, both Dante and Nikhil have struggled all postseason long, but tonight they answered the call. 21 points for Dante, shooting 64% from the field.
And they still lost. That's crazy.
From behind the arc. 23 points from Nikhil, probably his best performance in his postseason career. Go along with those 23 points, he also recorded 6 assists, 2 steals, and shot 60% from the field and 62% from behind the arc. And even Naz Reid poured in 11 points. As a matter of fact, even Rudy came along for the ride as well. He recorded 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 of...
Damn, he put up the Angel Reed special, yo.
Those boards were on the offensive glass. So you had a supporting cast with you. A lot of the numbers favored you. Matter of fact, this is the first time in playoff history that a team can record more assists, more rebounds, shoot better from the field, 3 and a free throw line, and yet still lose. And the reason why you do so is because both Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards were god-awful. Both of these players combined for a whopping 21 points.
Wow. So yeah, that's why they lost. Both of your star players was hot garbage.
Not 21 apiece. No. Randall with 5 points. Anthony Edwards with...
Julius Randle, you had 5 points in a playoff game? That's tough. That's tough.
16. Both of them shot below 40% from the field. They combined 1 for 10 from behind the arc, and they were responsible for 10 of the 21 turnovers that Minnesota recorded last night. So, what were the consistent themes, and what exactly did we see out of these two players that have been a detriment not only in this series, but also in series past throughout this era of Minnesota basketball? Well, for starters, Julius Randle was bad, terrible, horrifically embarrassing, and quite frankly, it makes a lot of sense why Chris Finch, for the second time in the series, deemed it necessary to pull him off the floor.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, yeah. For the first time now, I finally actually understand why he kept sitting him down. At first, I was like, bro, you tripping. Like, bro, he could give you like so many more points off of literally just coming off of the bench. But nah, turns out, nah, he's a liability out there. Damn.
In late game situations, he finishes tonight with 5 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, turning the ball over 5 times, and shot a whopping 1 for 7 from the field, 0 for 3 from behind the arc, and only got to the free throw line 4 times. And yet, that stat line, as bad as it is, still does not do any justice to how hard it was to rewatch this game, possession by possession, from Julius Randle. Now, you may be wondering, well, Lo, when someone goes out there and only records 5 points and shoots 1 for 7 from the field, I'm assuming it's already a bad game. How can it be worse? And the reason for this is because there are so many possessions that do not show up in the box score that resulted in a negative outcome. Really? And it's due to what Julius Randle was producing or not producing.
Show me. Show us.
And the easiest way for me to outline this is that for whatever reason, the second time in the series, Julius Randle deems it necessary for him to start backing down and wrestling with Lou Dort, J-Dub, and...
I'm gonna be honest with you, that right there, stupid as hell. I have no idea what that was. Why are you doing that?
Alex Caruso. Why Why
Yeah,
are you doing
what are you
this?
doing, bro?
Why is it that you deem it necessary to believe that it's an advantage for you to bang down low with those three players? It makes no sense. Way too many times was the entire offensive flow completely disrupted because Julius Randle thought that, hey, if I'm backing down Caruso, maybe something's going to happen. Nothing happens. Defense just sits there. No one shifts. He throws a grenade to his teammate.
No, he's literally just trying to back down. Bro, why are you trying to back people down from like the 3-point line? This don't even make no sense. Just pass the ball. Pass the ball.
Force them to chuck up a shot less than 5
Weird looking pass.
seconds left to go in the shot clock. Same thing happens even when a double may be sent. They're sitting there banging down low.
Bro, what are you doing? It's not even a double at this point. It's a quadruple. This man about to get DP. Pause. But he can't, bro, look at how many defenders it is on him right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's one dude over here. He basically got the whole team on him. Pass the ball, gang. Pass the ball. What are you actually doing?
Double gets sent.
He passes it out.
He throws a terrible pass to another
Terrible
teammate.
pass. 100% terrible pass. I ain't even gonna lie.
Whole offensive flow gets disrupted. Less than 5 seconds.
Oh, no. That's awful. That's kind of crazy, man. You know, not for nothing, right? But I've always had this kind of feeling or this kind of vibe about Julius Randle. It's not that Julius Randle can't hoop at all, but I remember back when he was on the Lakers, like years ago. I told you, I'm old out here in these streets, bro. But I remember when he was on the Lakers years ago, and I remember like Kobe used to really get on his ass about everything. And it's like now looking at this, I could understand exactly why, man. He played like he real hit or miss. He could give you like a real crazy game where he might wind up giving you 40, or he could play a game where he gives you 5 points in like a make or break situation because now y'all down 3-1. Not that many teams come back from this, brother. Not that many teams.
Left to go in the shot clock. Now they're throwing up a grenade. And even when there's times in which he wasn't able to get the pass off, way too many times he's just trying to insert himself physically against players that have no problem with banging down low with him.
Right, what are you doing? Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I just realized how sus most basketball lingo can sound, or some. He just said that he was mixing it up with players. Yo, what he just say? Nah, just say it again, Lo. Hold up. What bro say?
Insert himself physically against players that have no problem with banging down low with him.
Insert himself physically against players that have no problem banging down low with him. You ever insert yourself physically with a player that had no problem banging down low with you? Ain't it annoying?
The amount of times I witnessed this happen, and in real time I noticed it, and I'm like, why do you keep doing it? But watching it again, it's egregiously bad. And what's even more telling throughout this series is that even though, yes, if you look at like his series average on the surface, like, oh man,
See, I told you, look at his numbers. Look at these numbers over here. Like, he's never going to be the number one option on the team, but still
playing good basketball. So why are you complaining this much about it? Please, let's remember, game 1, he had an outer body experience and started making a bunch of threes in the first half.
He said he had an out of body experience. He had an out of body experience, ma'am. Ma'am. If you know, you know.
Second half, not so much. Third quarter went scoreless. In the fourth, when the game was practically already decided, he scored 8 points. To be fair, I think 4 of those 8 points were some pivotal points, but more or less in the second half, nothing. Second game, terrible.
Okay, so this is a regular thing for bro. It's great performance, terrible performance, great performance, terrible performance. Or no, terrible performance, great performance. Something like that, because damn, 6 points, 5 rebounds. This actually worse than Angel Reese, bro.
Straight bad, and that's when Chris Finch probably realized, hey, if I take him off the floor, we actually look significantly better. Game 3, I give him credit, he actually played really, really well, but here we are again, where Chris Finch is realizing, hey, I take Randle off the floor, we're able to score 41 points in the fourth quarter, and that's telling. Now, on to Anthony Edwards. The reason why I'm not going to be as critical on Ant that I was on Julius Randle has a lot to just do with the fact that how OKC is defending both players and how both players are responding to said defense. Randle is sitting there putting himself in compromising situations, and instead of actually making certain reads, continuously making the same mistake over and over and over again, and inserting himself into situations that he doesn't have to be in. Anthony Edwards, not as much, because it's way more dedication from the Oklahoma City Thunder's defense to leverage his weaknesses against him to make it more difficult for him to get off.
That's a different scenario.
Everyone else to get open opportunities. So heading into the fourth quarter, not only on the timeline, but even in the broadcast, the ongoing theme was Ant isn't taking enough shots. The first half of basketball, Ant only took 2 shots. Then in the third quarter, I believe Ant took 4 or 5 shots, but one of those shots really don't matter because they were at the end of the
2 shots is crazy in a playoff game.
Quarter, he just like took a heave. So really he was heading into the fourth quarter only attempting like 6 shots throughout the entire game. And this was also a conversation earlier in the series as well, that Ant just needs to be more assertive and needs to push himself out there. And I have always been an advocate of players not falling for that malarkey, because it just depends on how teams are defending you. And if you watch this series, you can very clearly see the way that they were defending Anthony Edwards was to stop him by any means necessary. The best example of this, I believe, was in the second or third quarter, where Ant comes off a screen from Rudy Gobert, and Casey does really good screen navigation, but as soon as Ant believes he has an angle, he almost like winds up for a drive, and not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but all 5 players all shift in response.
That's crazy. They
Anthony
did.
Edwards attempting to drive.
Damn.
Frankly,
okay, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the Timberwolves is definitely losing this series. That was nasty looking. Run that back. Yo, look at this. Look at this transition, yo.
5 players all shift in response to Anthony.
Did you see that? Like, okay, take it back.
He has an angle. He almost like winds.
Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. Okay, now look. My man right here, he been guarding him. Now he feel like he got an open lane right here. He feel like it look like that. So he's winding up like he about to go for it. Watch what happens here.
He's up for a drive. And not 1.
All 5 players step in on this, bro. They not
2,
letting Ant get nothing.
3, not 4, but all 5 players.
That's crazy. Bro, that's crazy.
Shift in response to Anthony Edwards attempting to drive. And quite frankly, that's been pretty consistent for Ant, not just this series, but also last year as well. Because a problem that Anthony Edwards has had to deal with is his lapse in passing and playmaking and decision-making throughout a pick and roll or at the top of the key and making proper reads. Now, I give all the praise in the world for Ant, because where he was at last year to where we are right now, major improvements. But when you're dealing with a team of this caliber defensively, you have to be much more prepared to make proper reads rather than trying to just beat them with your athleticism or shoot your way into a game. Man. And I think that's what ended up happening in the fourth quarter. And in all honesty, Chris Finch is just way too comfortable allowing Ant to just operate at the top of the key and pick and roll. And it's very clear that's not his strong suit, especially against defenders like these, where they are up in your face, very aggressive, kind of
like
picking
a
you
lot,
apart,
man. Every time he moved, they on him.
Way too often where Ant is very reluctant, a bit resistant to attack the defense and understand how to occupy multiple defenders, especially when he's coming off of a pick and roll. And this has been an ongoing issue with Ant. Again, not just this series, but throughout the last 2 to 3 years. He's talked about it consistently throughout this regular season. He talked about it against a series against the Lakers, where he'll see multiple bodies and he just immediately picks up the ball and immediately passes it. And a lot of times there's no need for this, right? There's times where the baseline help is like Alex Caruso, or against the Lakers, it was like LeBron or Rui. And it's like, bro, you can still get to the rim. But I do believe a lot of times he's getting in his head because how often he may turn the ball over or not be secure in his ability to make the proper reads. And a lot of it is because he does telegraph a lot of his reads as well. well.
He
There's
does.
a moment where he's driving. He immediately jumps off of his feet and is trying to lay the ball up, but then tries to pass at the last minute. And Caruso is basically covering both grounds when he leaps up vertically and forces a turnover.
That looked terrible. That looked really, really bad, man. Okay, yeah, for sure. Wrap it up, man. Pack up them Timberwolves, bro. They're not winning this series, bro. It's not gonna happen.
Over. There's another time where he's trying to drive, collapse, and kick out to the corner shooter, but he telegraphs this so much so that J-Dub immediately knows what he's trying to do and shoots right over to, I think it was J-Mac over in the corner, which then Anthony Edwards off his feet get hung up and he tries to just dump it in to Julius Randle, where Randle then foolishly goes up on Chet. But a lot of that just stems from the fact that Anthony Edwards just doesn't feel comfortable in those situations.
That's what
rather than when he's getting screens off ball or multiple bodies setting screens for him, and he's able to move with some momentum. DHOs also work out really well for him as well, but effectively him working with a head of steam in action instead of trying to gather that head of steam off of the dribble, him getting that type of momentum in his favor before he even touches the ball is way more favorable, not only for him but also the rest of his teammates, because he's able to shift the defense way more, attack the basket, and then make way easier reads than he was before. But what I didn't like is in that fourth quarter, I believe Ant just fell for the trap. And I call it the MJ gimmick, and a lot of people on Twitter got upset at me for that. But what I consider to be the MJ gimmick is this idea that you hear Stephen A. Smith or other people who are analysts say that, oh, you need to give me 40. You need to give me 30. You need to go out there and shoot your way into a win. And way too often there's a lot of players, and I grew up a Kobe diehard fan, and I watched Kobe do this religiously, where instead of just being patient and waiting for that moment, that opportunity to go for the home run swing, you go out there and you just start taking a bunch of BS because you believe that the way you're going to win this game is falling in love with this idea of shooting your way to a victory. And Minnesota didn't need that. They were producing enough points to keep up with the Thunder periodically throughout this game. They didn't need someone to come in and hit a home run. They just needed someone to come in, put some more bodies on the bases, and kind of put themselves in a position to where when the opportunity strikes, you can then have all the time in the world to get an open opportunity, and then that's when you swing for the home run. But step back shots on Lou Dort, you trying to shoot over Chet from behind the arc, attacking the basket and just getting stripped not once but twice, like it was really difficult to watch. And I was seeing the same thing that I've witnessed from so many guards before him fall in love with this idea of, I'm going to insert myself into this game.
But you know what? Nah, he's not wrong, right? He's literally not wrong. I was just listening to a episode of Gil's Arena, and that's pretty much what a lot of them dudes on that show was basically saying. Is that like, yo, at a certain point, like you got to take over in the game, kind of thing. And it's like, in this case, it might have actually hurt him. In fact, it did. It hurt the team. Going into that, like, oh, I gotta take over thing, especially when none of your shots is falling. It's like, bro, at a certain point, if somebody else is hot, give it to somebody else.
By shooting my team into a victory, but that wasn't the call because OKC was positioning themselves for you to fall for that trap all throughout the game. But even with all of that being said, the defense, I don't know what I was witnessing from the Timberwolves. Not just this game, but this entire series. But game 4, I refuse to believe that Chris Finch would allow them to go out there and defend the way that they did without telling them in the huddle, hey, stop helping one pass away. The team that has the defensive personnel, the team that now has the recipe, the blueprint, after watching the Denver Nuggets force a game 7 because of what Denver was able to do defensively, shrinking Shea's driving lanes, forcing him to be a passer, throwing multiple bodies at him. And yet I'm watching Minnesota for the third game in 4 attempts, flat out just allow Shea to go one-on-one. Barely run a zone. And then even when they do shift and send some type of help, they are sending it one pass away.
Yo, pretty much.
Shout out to Shay. Shout out to J-Dub. Shout out to Chet.
Holmgren.
They played amazing. They made their shots. They did what they were supposed to do. But damn, I mean, when they're wide open, I mean, well, why not?
Right.
Why not?
He's absolutely right. Every one of these possessions, there's one dude who is like wide open. Like there is not a single defender on him. You got Ant back here jumping like he about to block bro shot from all the way over there.
When you're, for whatever reason, switching with Rudy Gobert on Shea, I mean, hell, why not? Why not? Why not have a crazy game? Why not go crazy? Why not have 40 points? Why not have 30? Why not have 20? Why not shoot crazy from three? And what's even worse is that they could have shot even better. And oh yes, before I wrap this video, Julius Randle, because there's certain things that may have schematically been wrong defensively, but then there's other things where it's just flat out effort. Julius Randle defensively was somehow worse than he was offensively.
Wow.
There were stretches where Shay's off the floor, J-Dub's not even interacting in the set.
Bro, it's like he's not even trying to do anything.
Playing defense as if like it was his first time playing basketball.
Yeah, like why are you just like chilling out in the back over there?
He was attempting to defend over and over and over again. Julius Foulius.
Julius Foulius. Y'all gonna let him call you that? You gonna let him call you Julius Foulius? You might, bro. You might have to, cause I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna have to pack this up, cause yeah, y'all about to get packed up in this next game. Probably getting packed up.
Was on full display last night, and it was terrible. And it's sad that Chris Finch and his adjustment to be made to address this is to basically bench him. And they've now shown in not one, but 2 games that they are actually better with Julius Randle off the floor than on the floor.
Yeah.
That's terrible. But hey, those are my thoughts. That's my time. Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below.
I don't know. What y'all think, chat? What you think? You think that makes sense? You think that's normal? I feel like my whole thing is this, and I'm just getting a couple things prepared right now real quick. Cause I'm trying to also get into a little bit of this the streamer university stuff. Let me see. Okay, so let me see, who video do I want to react to? Who video do we want to react to? Man, look. I heard Cooking with Kaya got caught cheating at Streamer University. I could have told you that was going to happen, though, brother. I could have told you that was going to happen. It's too many. You got to think about it, man. All right. She going to wind up. Yeah, she going to wind up just like. Basically, yeah, that's the way that hypergamy work. It's the way that hypergamy. Oh, fuck off. Fuck no. Fuck no. That video was wild. Oh, fuck no. I did not like that. Yo, I ain't like that shit at all, gang. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit right there, I would show y'all what that was. That shit was fucking crazy, bro. I ain't like that at all, gang. All right, well, look, let's get into this Kaya caught cheating thing, right? Let's see who we want to listen to talking about this joke. Cause I mean, I feel like, look, after she doesn't claim Quan slapped her on the ass. I mean, look, right? I feel like this is just it's kind of par for the course, man. It's what she finna do. Yo, it's a page on here that's making like Cooking with Kaya AI videos. It's really weird, bro. It's like really, really weird. I'm not even joking. Hold on. I'll show you. Cause this shit weird, bro. This shit weird, bro.
Girl, I could steal your man with his dinner I just kicked.
Hell
Girl, I
no.
could steal your man with his dinner I just kicked.
First off, that's not LeBron James. That's
Girl,
not
I
LeBron
could steal your
James.
man with his dinner I just kicked.
That ain't LeBron James. I don't even know who this is, bro. He said LeBron James. This is LeBron Lames. LeBronca Flocka Flames. LeBron Dames. Where? Yeah, nah. This is crazy. This is a wild look. Who is making these though, man? This page crazy, bro.
Girl, I could steal your man with his dinner I just kicked.
I'm Michael Jordan.
Girl, I could steal your man with his dinner I just kicked.
AI is genuinely tweaking, yo. AI really do be doing too much these days. Y'all ain't seen that new AI thing, bro? Y'all ain't seen that, John? The new AI they got coming out is from Google. It's like Google VO, something like that. But look, let's get right into this cooking with
Kay's rapid rise to internet fame.
Off rip. Once you say cooking with Kay, I'm out. Once you say that, I'm literally out. I'm not gonna be able to keep watching this, John. Cause nah, Casanat pissed after police called. Man, look. Do Kaya got a channel, like a channel on YouTube, bro? It ain't nowhere where she like was actually talking about what happened. Damn, they saying Shorty a mean girl. Let me see.
On Twitch and cooking with Kaya.
Hold up. Let me see.
I support you too, cooking with Kaya. So yes, I did your little dance. She looked at me like I was crazy with an attitude. I'm like, nobody has done that on campus, but she did. But maybe she has a different vibe on stream.
Who's smoking? Like, I don't like that smell. Who's she talking about? Busty Kaya!
Cancel. Not my fault though.
Let me find out Kaya was being a mean girl, living up to that reputation over there on that Streamers University. Hey y'all, in this video, we're gonna be breaking down cooking with Kaya drama at Streamer University. Streamer University is this program that was supposed to be
know what Streamer
and
University
this is all
is,
sponsored by Casa Take Their Man. Cooking with Kaya is in a lot of drama on this stream. All of this is all for views and just to get people talking about their Streamer University. Now, Casa he's doing a good job. Everybody is talking about this Streamer University. And to be honest, the main girl that said cooking with Kaya had a stank attitude. She wasn't friendly. Did cooking with Kaya have a friendly attitude on her or any interaction that we ever seen of her? No, she always looks standoffish. She always looks a little bougie, kind of like thinks she's better. That's the vibe she always gave to me. I would not expect for cooking with Kaya to be a girl's girl. But anyway, let me do my disclaimer so we can get right into the video.
1, 2, Kaya's coming for you. Wake up and make your man some breakfast before I do.
Disclaimer, everything in this video is a let down on anyone.
All right, let's get to the video.
I'm okay. I'm great. I'm having fun.
Insecurity.
Streamers University. Hello?
Man, so cooking with Kyle dude that she in a relationship just broke silence.
Oh, this, bro. Yeah, champ. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. If this was my girl right here, bro, if this was my girl right here, bro, this would not be my girl right here, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Gang, you gotta think for like 2 seconds, bro. What does this tell you? Does this photo scream I'm in a happy, loving relationship? I'm absolutely happy to be in the relationship that I'm in. Does this outfit scream that? Does it really? Or does it scream like finish here? Finish here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, bro. You know what I'm talking about. You feel me? You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? That's what that photo says. This is like, you know what this look like? Man, when I was a young boy, they used to have like DVDs, right? They used to have the DVDs, what the Jones called? It was like it was Black Street Booty Meat, Volume 6. Like, that's what this looked like, bro. This looked like Shorty took these photos shortly before some of the most depraved, degenerate, and disgusting activities known to man. That's what that looked like, bro. I wouldn't have took this serious.
He just came out and said that he feel like she disrespecting their relationship at Streaming University.
Gang, what did you think was going, bro? I'm not gonna lie, bro. Once she popped out and did like the stream with like DDG, and I feel like she did like a stream with maybe like one or two other dudes. But once she popped out and did the stream with DDG, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I didn't even know that she had it. This how you know whether or not you moving weird, bro. Don't nobody even think about like, yo, do she got a boyfriend? This the first time we finding out bro exists.
He said he was a little hurt by some of the videos he seen. His exact words was, damn, you could have told him no. I don't know exactly who he talking about. He ain't say no names. He said he feel disrespected. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you was gonna do all this, you should have went with her. It's Streaming University. He should have knew that she was gonna make content with other dudes.
She gonna make
That's
clips,
the game,
bro. She gonna make hella clips, and they're gonna have to be involved in her doing some of this type of stuff because that's the type of content she make, bro. She opened up her videos about going cooking with Kaya, and then start shaking ass. This is what it's what it is. What do you want me to tell you, bro?
Creator. He should have knew the dudes there was gonna be thirsting over her. I ain't gonna lie, I will say this. Out of the videos I done seen, she ain't doing that much. From the videos I seen, it looked like she dubbing dudes.
So maybe she really not even doing nothing like that out there. We can see.
Could be doing way worse. There's some girls out there that would have cheated the first day of being there. She done leveled up, and he probably ain't expect her to level up like that. Dating somebody that's a well-known content creator ain't easy. It ain't for everybody. Bro. Everybody can't handle it. Because unless your girl makes solo content, she gonna have to be around other dudes. Her fans gonna be telling her
she will, bro. She gonna have to, and in some cases, she gone, bro. She gone, bro. The girl is took. The girl is taken. She gone, bro. She gone.
Get other dudes on stream, bro. That's just the way it is, man.
Class is canceled. Not my fault though. Ain't my fault. I came ready. Can I get everybody's attention? Yes. We don't really have no accommodations. There's no scenes, no seasoning, like no nothing that we could really cook with. They want us to cancel class day.
Now they say that Cooking with Kaya, somebody that she was allegedly talking to, he has a big following, not as big as hers, but he was supposed to go, and then something happened. He was not able to go anymore, and other people said the same thing, like, hey, I got accepted, but then I ain't getting no emails, so I don't know what Kaya got going on, but yeah, like, man, you can't be jealous because guys were trying to talk to Kaya and touch her butt, and then she making it seem like y'all not even in a relationship, like y'all not in a real relationship, so she's single, she can do whatever the frick she want to do. She's an influencer. Man. Most of the time, the guys don't really like them. Like, DDG most likely don't really like India Love or none of the girls that's there. That's all for content. That's to get the people talking and stuff like that. So when you're dating a content,
I can't say that. she been a little bit facetious now. Like, when you say don't really like them, you mean like they not gonna cuff them. Yeah, I'll give you that. But like, don't really like them, like they not finna like try to like not trying to clap. You know,
content creator or like an influencer, you have to have the mindset.
What are you talking about, bro?
Dating an actor.
What are you talking about, bro?
They have to smash people that they don't want to, but it's their job, so you got to be able to deal with that.
Not even making that a like.
Hey, yo, the fuck do you mean? That's their job. They sometimes gotta smash people they don't want to. Hey, hell no. Hell no. That ain't no motherfucking, nah. At that point, your girl is a motherfucking prosty. Your girl is running the streets. She better chill out. Hell no. And by the way, look, bro, I think he walked away from the situation, which for real, that's the best thing to do. Like, don't disrespect yourself by being in something like that, bro. Don't disrespect yourself by being in something like that. No.
I was like, hey girl, and I started dancing. I seen her and I was like, cooking with Kaya, and she was like, damn bitch, okay. Cause one thing about it, I'm trying to support every single body. And I'm trying to support you too, cooking with Kaya. So yes, I did your little dance, and she looked at me like I was crazy with an attitude. And I'm like, nobody has done that on campus, but she did. But maybe she has a different vibe on stream.
Now, the girl that said that Cooking with Kaya was acting bougie and acting like she was a mean girl, Cooking with Kaya, a smooth walk past her, she ain't have nothing to say. Now, was she being shady or was she not being shady? I personally don't know. It could have been innocent or maybe it wasn't. What Kaya said was, it was innocent, but then I ain't gonna lie, it was a little shady. She was like, oh, the small creators, they're so hardworking, they motivate me. And the girl took offense to that, like, small creator, but it's like, honey, you are a small creator. Like, anybody, even me, like, I'm a very small creator. I just get good views because I only have 15 or 16K. But if you're comparing it to like 16K, I mean, yeah, I get like 700,000 views a month. But if you're comparing it to a Mr. Beast who probably get that in like an hour, you a small creator. And she probably didn't take no offense to it. I don't know how many followers the girl Kia had. Maybe she has 100,000. If Kaya has 2 million, you're a small creator. And on top of that, you a student, so you should be a small creator. Or you could have given that spot to somebody else. And she felt like Kaya was being shady. And I think Kaya was just saying, but I do.
This kind of just seemed like two girls doing like some girl shit. You know how bitches just hate each other, bro. Y'all know exactly. Y'all know how it is, bro. Y'all know how that shit go.
I think she was being shady a little bit because she was like, oh, that's the girl I just walked past. Oh, she didn't say nothing. Ain't no smoke.
Yeah, like I was saying, y'all, it's so many small influencers here that are just so dedicated. They doing more content than the bigger creators. Like the smaller creators inspire me. I'm not gonna lie. They're so hard working. Look at my film. Yeah, it's fine. Look, Cookie I'm telling that. I'm still walking.
Cooking with Kaya said that nobody ever says that she has bad energy and like she's so nice. I don't understand where that girl's coming from, which I can tell you right now. I believe everything the girl said. Now, was the girl clout chasing and probably making up fake beef? Yes, but I believe what she said, like how she said, hey, Cooking with Kaya, and then Cooking with Kaya just gave her a look because she was doing that to other girls. People really just do not like Cooking with Kaya. Like I said, it's because of her content. That's the main reason. It's not even just because she's pretty, but it's because of the content that she was making. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of backlash from it. You're free to do whatever you want to do in life, but you know it's going to be consequences for your action. Like, people was dragging her weave. Like, where the rest of her weave at? Why she only put 1 pack of bundles in her hair? Her wig look a mess, which, you know.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't belong in this. I don't belong in this shit. I don't belong in that damn boy. I don't belong in this goddamn conversation, nigga. No, I don't belong in this dumbass. Once you get to conversating about bundles, right? Once we start talking about bundles and motherfucking. Oh, girl, that's why your breath stinking. Once we get there, it's like, you know, no. No, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, I'm good off that. Let's get into something else, yo. Let's get into something else, because, yeah, I don't know what the hell that was. I think we got enough time for about one more video, yo. About one more video. Let me see. Now, why they keep saying caught cheating with Quan? Only thing I heard is that he might have smacked her on the butt. But like, is that even on video? Is that even on video, bro? We don't know. We don't even know. But shoot, let me see. Like I said, I feel like we got time enough for like one more video. I'm trying to make sure that like whatever it is like something at the very least, like it's gonna be like kind of interesting, you know what I'm saying? Shoot. Yo, can we listen to music on here? Can we even listen to music on here? Ew. Hey, yo. I don't know. Let me see if we can find something in here to like kind of go over. Because yeah, we got a little bit of time. We got a little bit of time, chat. A little bit. Let me see. We got no, not that, Joe. Not that, Joe. We got this from A.
So how
Bando.
can someone go from being one?
Let's take a look at this. Joe. All right. We gonna get right into this one. This one is called Zoe Spencer just had the worst week ever. Let's find out why.
One of the most popular upcoming content creators to being hated by everyone almost seemingly overnight. Well, as I stated in my recent video, this all started because of an underlying issue that caused her to not get into Streamers University. But what was this issue and how did it all rapidly lead to her becoming one of Twitch's most hated streamers? Well, that's probably what you're here to find out. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the Trap House with the biggest trapper. And while you're at it, don't forget to
shout out A. Bando. Down below
in my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community. Now, with all the name of Zoe Spencer, she started off her career about a year ago in May of 2024, and she quickly started gaining a lot of popularity after being featured in a lot of streams.
Damn, it's only really been like a year? Nah, ain't no way. It can't really have only been like a year. She really only been out for like a year? I ain't gonna lie, that nigga So might be right, man. She might really be Zoe Plant, bro.
Streams with Casanat very early on in the year, and at first many people would become fans of Zoe because of her personality. She had this loud and aggressive persona online that you don't really see women have too often, especially within the streaming space. And even though she's getting a lot of hate right now for having this exact personality, this entire persona is what made her even blow up to begin with. She managed to always get around some of the biggest creators within the industry, starting off obviously with Casanat and some of his friends as well, such as AMP members, Ty Lil, and many others, just to name a few. And this would all lead to her collabing with other big streamers around the internet, such as DDG, Neon, and some of the FaZe members as well. But Zoe's long list of popular collabs wouldn't end here at all, because she even managed to collaborate with some of the biggest names in the rap industry also. These collabs included artists as big as Sexy Red and Glorilla, two women who have been completely killing the rap game for a couple years now. So with these major collabs, it all led to major growth for Zoe, and like I said, this growth did happen very rapidly for her. I mean, she accumulated over 297,000 followers on Twitch.
That's crazy.
While also gaining over 153,000 subscribers
actually
on her
crazy.
YouTube live channel, all in just a year's time. And over the course of this entire stretch, Zoe did manage to stay almost fully drama free all the way up
for the most part
now. As I stated in my last video, the Zoe hate train initially started after Casanat revealed the streamers who were going to be participating in his Streamer University, and unfortunately Zoe didn't end up making the list. But you see, Zoe believed that this was all deeper than her just not getting accepted into the school, because while she didn't get accepted into the school, all the people that are within her friend group did, one of which, who goes by the name of Zeddy, didn't even live stream, but he does create music and make various forms of other content all over the internet.
It feels so like it's when it feels personal. You know, like it's when you want to hurt somebody or you just
split when it came to supporting her or deciding to hate on her. But regardless of whatever the internet thought, it seemed like Zoe actually did end up being right, because apparently there was a few actual reasons why Kai didn't invite her to the university. The first reason being that she managed to cause Kai extreme secondhand embarrassment for the first ever time in his life.
It started here, September 24th. In Atlanta. I ain't never say nothing, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not holding this against you. September 24th, Drewski show.
Yep.
I never got to tell you how that shit made me feel because of who you are and how your humor and like how you are as a person. I dead ass for the first time felt secondhand embarrassed, like felt embarrassed. If y'all see that clip, like.
I'm ass.
Hey, don't talk about dog.
You literally just got here. Who you? Nigga. Bro, he's crazy, bro. Did you call me? I apologize. Stop.
It was a prank on some Twitch shit.
Bro, cause you be wilding on me, bro.
You call me a bitch. You call me a.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. She's doing too much. Like, yo, he in a room full of like, kind of like some people that, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people that's trying to go up. And yeah, she kind of doing too much.
Yo, help, man.
Bro, y'all are aggressive.
No, Ben, f you, Ben. You call me a bitch, nigga?
Yeah, she kind of dragging it. Like, all right, it's one thing, right? It's one thing. Do it like once. All right, cool. But like, she kind of dragging it too much. The comment right here, say it. Say it right. The comment right here literally say it. Zoe doing too much. Right here. Zoe doing too much. Yeah, like you dragging it. Like, chill.
These motherfucking people.
Hey, cut it.
Phantom and Rage trying to like make everything like look, but look, all of them they doing the same thing. They covering their face up and everything. Like, yo, it's kind of embarrassing.
Fuck you. I'm embarrassed you, nigga. You calling me a bitch in front of all these
goodness.
It's quiet.
I don't give a f if it's quiet.
Yeah, yo, Phantom trying to like de-escalate it by doing the laughing.
Fuck, I don't even see nobody, nigga. You calling me a
Bro, and people recording this right now. This is embarrassing.
What you talking about? Call me a in front of all these motherfuckers. Zoe, relax.
Yeah, she's doing too much.
Everybody's watching. I don't see nobody. I only see you calling me a.
Yeah, she's doing too much, yo. I never even saw this much of the clip. This is crazy, bro.
You.
Hi, Zoe.
Yeah.
Scene. Clap it up for Zoe, y'all.
Yo, W Phantom, bro. Phantom is like genuinely like Phantom a good friend, bro. Like Phantom is like a real one. Cause for real, what he did just now, that actually like, that was some W shit.
Good job.
And I'll be honest, that clip was pretty bad, but shout out to Phantom for making it a lot less awkward. But on the bright side, the second reason she didn't get invited was nowhere near as bad as the first reason. For those of you that don't know, Kai is in a relationship and he's been pretty public and vocal about it. But according to Zoe Spencer, since Kai was in this relationship, we'd probably never see her around him again. And apparently Kai found this very weird.
The shit that Zoe would say online, I would think.
Chat, am I choppy right now? Chat, I think the stream choppy right now. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, the stream a little choppy. Look, we gonna wrap it up for right now, and I'll get back on here a little bit later, and I'll see you on the next one. But yeah, we a little choppy. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.